All right, Texas MileSplit here with a rebound. Reed Brown, he just won the Texas A&M mile once again, 2 times in a row. 4:11 Reed, a couple seconds faster than last year. Talk to us about what that means and how it felt out there today.
I think it means just kind of how it seems. I'm a little bit more in shape than last year, or a little stronger than I was last year. But overall, it was a pretty good race. I kind of wished it was a little faster, but you know, first week of the season, haven't even been training at all, so I'm still pretty happy with that.
Yeah, and I timed the last lap, the last 200s in about 32 apiece, so 64. So that means the first 1200 was what, 307-ish. How did that feel for you? Pretty much 33s for you. You know, was it kind of smooth and easy?
The first half was pretty smooth and easy, but then the second half, I think the not training or running very much kind of caught up to me. My legs just felt pretty tired. My lungs felt pretty weak. So after I get a little more training in me, I bet I'll be able to up that time a lot. So.
Yeah, and add that with all the curves, the turns, and passing people for a while can get kind of rugged. But in that, how do you manage to push yourself? Is there like a clock in your body that you can just tell that you're running that fast? Because after the first 600, you're pretty much out there by yourself.
Yeah, I usually just kind of look at the splits on the clock at the start, because my goal is pretty much to hit 30s every time, and so I know how I'm doing based off every time I come there. So.
All right, and you did this last year, and I'm guessing a couple years before, where you have a long cross-country season because you guys are so successful. You go to Nike and all that stuff, and then just the holidays, and then you're here for Texas A&M, and then the season. How does that feel for you, and kind of what? Is your body used to it, and what kind of trainings you guys do in that short time?
So pretty much what we do after our long seasons is we take about 4 weeks and just do really easy runs, just pretty much covering some mileage. We drop a couple mileage weeks, and then we just kind of do some easy runs. So that's what I've been doing for the past 4 weeks. So a little out of shape, but
out of shape 411, go figure. But So talk to us. Have you had time to really reflect on your senior cross-country season? It was so successful, state, and then the postseason, culminating at Foot Locker with that championship. Have you really had time to sit back and reflect on things?
Yeah, the senior year cross was definitely a big up and down season. Started out really good, winning almost all the races. Then we got into more postseason, and I was starting to face some better competition. And you know, that just kind of started going downhill. I started losing a lot. Then state, I got 4th, which, I mean, I really wasn't very happy with at all. But then the next couple weeks, 6th at NXN, I was pretty happy with, but I know I could have done better. And then winning Foot Locker was definitely the peak of the season. So.
Well, you say you're a little disappointed with the 4th place at state. A guy on your level always wants to win, but looking back, the level of competition in Texas, what they did on the national scene, that has to be kind of a consolation knowing that those guys were all at those meets with you. What is this? What can you look at back on the competition as far as Texas locally that helped you out maybe in the national scene?
Oh, just racing against guys that are top in the nation every single week definitely helps out. I mean, you're having pretty much a national race every single race. Just kind of gets you ready for the kind of the big meets like NXN and Foot Locker to just kind of have that competition throughout the year. Unlike some of the guys that don't have the multiple top 10 guys in the nation to run with. So yeah, and it'll be very interesting in track this year because a lot of those guys are in one region.
And you guys will be hooking up again, right?
Yeah, regionals for 2 spots. We have 3 guys in the top 10 at NXN, and then
it's crazy, right?
5 in the top 10 at state. So it's going to be a dogfight for those spots at state. So we'll see what happens.
And so you're kind of enjoying your last few rides, these last couple months as a Texas resident before you ship on off to Oregon?
Yeah, definitely. I love it down here. Lived here my whole life, so I've gotten pretty used to everything. The weather gets pretty hot and can get really cold, but you know, it's just Texas is a great place. I'm going to be sad to leave, but I'm happy to get up to Oregon and try out something new.
All right, and on the last note, 4:16 last year, when we saw the great track season you had, 4:11, you know, not to put the cart before the horse, but what are you thinking this season holds for you, making that much of adjustment from a jump from last year at this time, and how it panned out for you?
You know, pretty much the only goal this year is to break 4, so that's what I'm going to be going after. So I'm trust my coach that he'll get ready for me, get me ready for those big races, and that I'll perform in those big races, and hopefully I'll get that. So.
All right, I definitely know it's to come, and we'll be there watching.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot.